Hey everyone, again, Strangers103 here with today the strategic highlight I promised after was it a Shimmer ranked replay that I featured? Well, I mean, they're both being uploaded at the same time, but hey, it's bonus video for today. Basically, I'm playing a radar mineral on North and the northern spawn of North. The enemy team gets a conquer lol, so lineup wise, we don't really have that much to worry about. In the sense of the fleet lineups, we get double radar. They only get one potential radar, and we don't even know if he has radar or not. I say I'm going to go long C to counter island cappers, and looks like the Z52 is offering to be a capper, so that's pretty good. Also a good start here already. Looking at the team lists, we get a YME, Good World of Tanks clan, at least back then. I don't know about now, but definitely have no issues with this guy's performance. Pay to win, guys, so I definitely expect something decent out of that. Scrub, these guys actually are, surprisingly, are not bad. They get this guy, who's almost certainly going to be going down the 10 line, because, well, if you ever get this guy on your team, be careful, he's shit. Let's just get it out. Let's just get it out of the system immediately, and you will shortly see why. DK, not generally known for their best random performance, but they do actually do quite alright in competitive scene. They okay at least. Hami Sanskara, good player, very good player actually, so definitely something to be aware of. And this guy, I believe, had a notion of having a clue how to play the game. So lineup wise, I'd say we're definitely having an advantage here because we get a Z that's willing to work with me. Beta wins out. Don't really know. I mean, it's like not really that important of a difference over there. But important thing being, I'm here and we get a Des Moines on top of that with a Republic who's also moving in a decent position. So we're actually in an alright spot. Our Des Moines parking over there. You don't really want to get stuck over there with double Zhao potentially going out here and just farming you. So being there is a better, less worse position for the Des Moines all in all considered. Only one battleship and it's a Conquilol, so he's not really in a bad position there whatsoever. I'm following up behind a Z82, who I don't think is engine boosted. I'm actually not sure, but he did kind of like poke in there to drop some torpedoes. They're not really going to achieve anything overall. And even if they did, they did go and, get close to the enemy destroyer going to see this. We'd know about it, because, like, his range there, sure, it gets to the end, but I wouldn't really say it's the best overall deal overall. And with only one potential radar, and, we need to keep in mind here that these guys don't really have ultra bad arcs, and the only guy that could potentially radar this island, I mean, they could have a Z52 underneath there, but if they do, I'll put my radar up, and he's going to get screwed by this lineup over there, and it's going to be, the Z is down there to hide, or he's going to have to be forced to run away rather quickly, and of course a minnow could be coming along back here. Anyways, the strategic highlight is that we're parking ourselves here. Destroyer can enter here safely, nobody can come behind. The only real way to counter this is if, like, their Shima goes up here, and then shoots inside there. But he can't do that because I'm here and I will colonize him on sight if I get given the opportunity. And these single launch torpedoes, they're just suppressive launchers. Launch them over there every now and then. Doesn't really matter where they go. Doesn't really matter if they hit anything. You don't want to be launching all of your sets. You want to keep one full set in case you do get rushed by something. It could come in incredibly useful. So I'm not going to launch anything more than that. My one set's gone away. That's already more than good enough. Other than that, Zed's capping, and it doesn't seem like he's being radared. Zhao Hindenburg on the flanks over there, and I'm just going to sit here. I'm perfectly fine with my current position. I'm basically covering his back, and once he's extracted, I will extract as well. We don't really know where the stuff is, and I think our Des Moines, that's our Des Moines pinging in this direction, and there we go. We're finally spotted, so we're going to end in the head flank, and there we go. It is, in fact, the Shimmy. I probably could have let him get a little bit closer. I knew he was going to be here. The guy is trying to do a stop and drop, but that's just going to make him broadside for even longer. He should have just taken his full turn and bled a little bit less damage overall, because, he's going to stay in my radar range for slightly longer, so he makes really, really poor decisions over here, but what do you expect as this player? He would have lost about the same amount of health if he just broke away and got himself re-angled and then tried to get out of my radar range at a better pace. But he's gonna get away from here because, well, it's just how radar minotaurs work. I'm gonna keep myself in range of blink at him as much as I can, just to be as annoying as I can. And that's really about it. If you were smart about it, you would be stopping and trying to reverse towards me. Sure, it's gonna stay in radar for a little bit longer, but it's absolutely not a problem whatsoever. But he doesn't. Gonna send a few towards the Z. It absolutely doesn't matter what I do to this guy. I'm not gonna be able to hit him anyways. He's just gonna turn around. And then I'm just going to tuck myself around the island, so over here, and wait. So let's just speed this up, because pretty much my job is done. I'm just tying up the back end. There's a Minotaur coming in this way, at least that was the last spotting marker. Artemoin's pushing up to the next island, and he might even look like he's heading, like he wants to head towards A. I've done my job. My job has been done, in fact, perfectly. The shimmy was a complete no threat whatsoever. He could potentially have become a threat if I had not been here to let him. Could have been annoying to our Z52. I decided just to instantly reload my torpedo tubes because of the fact that, well, I didn't get to launch them all over the corner, and I don't have the angles to launch them in a useful way anymore. So I just decided, let's reload early. Conklol gets spotted coming this way. He's a bit late to the party, so, I mean, sure, he's going to be a nuisance, and yes, it is the right thing to do, but only if you actually get a destroyer with you, and, well, they didn't. No, this guy is not worth it. This guy is not worth enough to back up around here. So these guys are basically out of the game, and I'm single-handedly keeping, well, for the moment, 2 ships, because this guy can easily just turn around again and try to do something there, but for the moment, I'm basically tying up 2 enemy ships that are doing a grand total of nothing. And looks like Sunscud is kind of turning towards Z torpedoes, so that could become awkward for him rather soon. I mean, he's trying to get himself into a relevant position, and it looks like he's islanded himself onto the, well, he's beached himself, and it seems like he's actually flooding, which would be incredibly good to get rid of. And there you go, it's a full HP Zhao killed with a Dev Strike from a Z52 from basically full HP. Full dumping the Conklol doesn't really matter again. We know that Shimmy's in the cap. I'm just going to radar him just to get him out of the cap. And there we go, immediately opening fire against him. Trying to pick up the speed, but there you go. We're just hammering him. Second salvo was absolutely horribly aimed. Wasn't sure if he's actually realizing that he needs to move or not. Get another hit on him, but there's no way that's a full damage hit. Conklol isn't in radar range at the moment, but I do announce that the Shimmy is basically out of the game. In the meantime, on our western flank, our Zhao gets team killed by the Shimmy, basically. Poor smokes from the Shimmy. On the other hand, though, the Zhao could have tried to attempt to run. But I've done my job. The Shimmy is incredibly low HP, so our Z52 should easily be able to anschluss him on site if he gets anywhere near. And our Republic has pretty much made a mess out of their recent flank. And there you go. The Z does, on the enemy team, anschlusses our Shima, but it's hopefully not that bad of a deal, because our Des Moines has a radar, and he's going to liberate the Z52 and put him out of his misery. So there we go, he liberates the Z52. Now he's got a Hindenburg in front of him. Our Hinden's a little bit bleeding, but it's not really a big deal. This game is highly, most likely, won at the moment. Unfortunately, their Shimmy was, he's now dead, so it doesn't what happens to our Z52 doesn't really matter anymore. They're all low HP. Our guys are kind of low HP. I'm kind of broadsiding. I don't really know what. I see the Conqueror HE inbound, so I'd rather tank his Zhao AP salvo, and he doesn't actually get the proper aim on me, so Conklol doesn't get the Citadel me with HE, which would be really, really awkward as well. And Des Moines does get an incredibly good trade. He trades his life for 2 enemy ships. He trades the Hindenburg. He trades down the Hindenburg and the Z52 for 1 Des Moines, at which, at that point, which really isn't what you'd consider the most useful ship. So there we go. We win this game by just controlling the map. Sure, I didn't get to do much damage, but we basically held C for the entirety of the match, which was massive pressure. The damage I didn't deal didn't really matter because I had a Conqueror, a Shimmy, and to an extent, the Minotaur basically useless for half of the game. So I basically trade my ship for both of them. Also made the Shimmy completely irrelevant for the entirety of this match. He probably didn't anticipate me being on the eastern side of the map. And, well, in general, he didn't actually handle himself too poorly. The correct thing is to go to that side of the map, but you do need support as a destroyer to pull it off. Otherwise, honestly, don't even bother. So, yeah, the enemy Shimmy didn't really have many plays to make over there, and in the end, having bled him through 2 of my radars, he probably took the chance that I was still on the other side of the island, being dealt with by the Conklol, so he came back into the cap, but he sat in the open area of it. He tried his luck, but he didn't get it, because I know that position is close enough for me to just instantly push towards the cap. And again, I could completely negate the Conqueror by just hiding behind an island, and that was the only battleship, so I wasn't really worried about getting blapped by anything overall. It was just a matter of getting there and getting the Shimmy out of the cap. And once he was low enough HP, I left him to the Z52, which got rid of him quite securely and safely. Even though he did lose quite a bit of health, it didn't really matter. the Z can easily kill a shimmy before the shimmy gets the deal, and or even his team gets to blap the Z, that kind of an HP pool. So that play definitely was fine, and even if they did kill the Z, they're not getting the cap without us being able to permanently spot and reset it, so that's not a problem either. Idemine on the western flank also played well. Their team didn't really get too far, although I believe our Zhao definitely could have just been trying to stay a little bit more at range instead of having this awkward shimmy smoking going on over there, which was just blocking sight and whatnot. And if you're spotted by a plane in a Zhao, then there's multiple people pushing, you're a bit on the close end. And of course, at any given point, I could have just, the Des Moines was heading back, and I was also preparing to head back to try to support that flank and get rid of that last destroyer, pretty much anticipating that the Z would have gone down. There you go, that's the strategic highlight I wanted to showcase. It really is it's just how to deal with the Charlie Kappa North, and as long as you're able to hold enough forces on your western side, be it a north spawn or a south spawn, going down the 9-10 line is very good, because if you get to catch off an enemy destroyer and kill him trying to enter for the capping circle behind the island position, then that definitely is very useful, because that's pretty much the only safe and surefire way for a single radar cruiser or a single radar duration to kill a destroyer behind that island. You need to get behind it to shoot it. So a single destroyer going to the island is incredibly risky if you run into another destroyer, or heck, even worse, a cruiser comes after you. So you kind of want to have a cruiser to deal with anyone, coming back as reinforcements. So to deal with a cruiser, you kind of want to bring along either a Des Moines, which is the best cruiser cruncher out there, or you want to bring along a battleship. They decided to bring along a battleship to support their destroyer, meaning there was nothing to counter the destroyer there, because there was nothing. I was there to counter their destroyer, so their destroyer couldn't counter ours inside the capture circle, and the Conqueror arrived way too late to be of any relevance whatsoever. So I pretty much got away with it. Of course, not every match plays out like this. I have had quite a few matches there. A few, like three or four, where either I make myself rather irrelevant and tie down an equal enemy force, or I get tied down by an equal enemy force, or I go in there, get a bit unlucky, or my support didn't, I entered there, took the risk without the support, entered there, and it did not pay off. So as long as you get support, that definitely is a very good play, and that's kind of where the game-winning play happens. The same for the game-losing play, actually. If you screw up over there, you could quickly lose the game for your team by just giving your enemy team control of the area of the map that really matters. So good composition to send in there is a fast radar cruiser. Des Moines can do it. Minotaur's pretty decent, but Des Moines actually really good if you can get it there as well, because it's a good cruiser cruncher, although it's harder to extract the Des Moines out of there, so if you do bring in the Des Moines, then you're committed. And then a fast battleship, preferably something like a Conquilol. Not a Conquilol, the Republic. Conquilol can do it, but you pretty much need to get in and get some play done there if you want to do something. So in a way, the Conquilol may not necessarily be the most suited for that. Although, you can super heal, so you can sustain a lot of combat quickly and then just pull away with your concealment. Montana's also pretty strong, but if you bring a Monty there, you're basically going to be committing to a fight. Same for Grosso Kerfus. You bring one over there, you're committing to push through. And, well, you don't really want to be breaking away from such a fight, because if you do break away from such a fight, you're generally conceding the territory that you came there to acquire, so you kind of fail your mission, even if you kill an enemy ship and, tie them down for a little bit. But, you might not really get the result that you wanted to, because in a way, if they kill your destroyer, which would be the worst possible outcome here, they kill your destroyer and you don't get the cap, then, well, you're having an awkward time of it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this strategic highlight. Definitely not a very good game, but it's a very strategic match I did have to showcase for you. In this case, of course, I got lucky that the enemy team played kind of like I would have expected them to, and I was completely prepared for it. If you do get caught off guard, you could be having a much harder time of it. But anyways, take care. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully, we'll see if we get any content tomorrow, but I do somewhat doubt it. Kind of why I'm giving you guys a double dose right now. But anyways, take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.